morning we are with Mike Mao, who lives in Shenzhen, who is an entrepreneur in many areas and mostly high tech. Can I say that?
Well, I'll probably a combination of tech, which involves software, a little hardware, and e-commerce, and mostly B2B e-commerce. And we do growth hacking, digital marketing as well. So it will be a combination like triangle: technology, e-commerce, which involves the trading, and as well as our specialties in the digital marketing, growth hacking, this kind of thing.
So today I wanted to ask you a few questions about the life in China during the COVID time, and also to see what impact does new technology have on the way you can face the pandemic.
Sure.
So what is currently the situation in China? Because we can watch TV, read newspapers, but it's not always easy to have an accurate knowledge of how the situation is really like. So how would you describe the current health situation?
Well, I guess when you talk about COVID-19, I think for most people that have never experienced quarantine, never experienced a hospital, never experienced getting infected, they all their knowledge comes from the news, the TV, and social media and everything. So I guess we need to separate those two worlds. I think it's necessary to do that because if you don't really experience any awful things, I think by only telling people what news says, it's not fair. But what I have experienced in real life was China still taking COVID very seriously. You could see thermal scanners everywhere. You gotta, no matter where you go, the restaurants or institutions or university, you need to put down your name and a phone number and ID card, as well as there are two codes you need to show to the vendors and the venues. First, it will be your safety code, which comes with a QR code that shows you're safe overall. Another is a code generated by one of your mobile carrier. China has three major mobile carriers: China Mobile, China Unicom, and I think there was another one that just can't come out of my mind. So they automatically track where you have been in the last 14 days. Have you ever been to any high-risk areas? And it's something people get alerted to, and they might tell you not to enter, or they might even call the cops. And I've never been to any high-risk areas. I don't know how they treat people like that. So that's something I have experienced.
But Mike, does it mean that you are required to have geolocation on your phone at all times?
I almost kind of forget about the difference between having or having not. I guess I always have that. It might not comes with geolocation. Just carriers. I don't know how it works, honestly. Not too familiar with that.
Okay, so you were talking about thermal scanners. So are they really widespread?
Yeah, most of them. It's a long story. I guess we'll talk about the history of thermal scanners. Honestly, the evolution of thermal scanners, y'all dated back to early 2020 when everybody's are using those thermal gun, infrared temperature gun. Somebody hold the handgun and point it to your head. It's but sooner people realized it was very labor intensive and doesn't give a good feeling, especially when it comes to busy areas. So gradually people started adapt the thermal scanner, the thermal channels, the big ones that was pretty costly and large, and different innovative solutions enter into the market, including those thermal robots, little robot size thing that detects people in long distance and provided by the thermographic, because the technology, the prop. So it doesn't matter Doesn't matter how close you are. As soon as you pass by, they'll detect. They'll make decision whether alarm or not. So, and also just regular thermal channels, regular thermographic devices, and then people are using that. I guess starting from probably like a half a year ago, people started using this infrared standing machine that provides automatic detection, but it still requires people to stop, that show their hands, put their hands in front of the detector within 5 centimeters or something, because infrared only supports them up to 5 to 10 centimeters, and that they also need to stop. Then, but there are a bunch of innovative solutions. It's China is the place for thermal scanners, I have to say. Yeah.
Okay. And what happens when a thermal robot or a thermal scanner detects somebody who has fever? What happens then?
Right. Really kind of depends on how the institutions or the buyers, how seriously they take into consideration. If you're in the airport, they usually have a security guard, the police officers, standing by. You probably, in worst scenario, they'll call the police, and somebody will come in real fast. I actually heard the rumor, a group of people are talking, talking some sensitive topics about COVID, in WeChat group, people sharing information. And I don't know what the exact topic is, but within 10 minutes, and the internet police probably get noticed it within 10 minutes, and the people knocking the door and they're trying to ask them questions.
Wow.
No, yeah, everything is under surveillance. One side people feel safe, and it's very advanced, and also I guess attracts a lot of criticism on China as a society and everything. Probably human rights advocates, and we're going to say something, but
for us in Europe, it's very strange because we are very cautious about privacy.
Right.
So I think how is privacy important for Chinese people? Is it irrelevant? Would you say that people don't care that much about privacy as long as they can have a normal life? Or do people talk about that? Are there discussions?
Hey man, that's a brilliant question to ask a Chinese person in China who spent over 10 years overseas. But I guess we can separate the line between normal life, the privacy in normal lives, and the privacy in the societal level or government level. It will be a government's best interest to have all the data, all the privacy, everything, have everything under control, so they can make sure everything is stable and secure. And both China and U.S. spend a lot of money on national security and everything. I think that's their interest, but also in normal life, people care about privacy a lot. It doesn't matter if it's offline or online. People care about cybersecurity. They have administration, they have departments, they have people, organizations trying to solve the problems, the issues, trying to protect people's privacy and everything. So I guess that sets a line between the normal life and in the societal level.
In Shenzhen, would you say that life is pretty back to normal?
Oh yeah. Yeah, Shenzhen is one of the safest places, I have to say.
Restaurants, karaoke, massage places, everything is open, movie theaters.
Yeah, everything's open. Bars and movie theaters and crowded areas. And I went to a bar a couple of weeks ago. It was crowded, and people are not wearing masks. And I took some break. But everywhere, no matter where you go, you still have to kind of sign. You have to scan a QR code, both QR code.
And what about your business, Mike? Do you think that COVID-19 bring new opportunities?
Great question. Thanks for asking. My line of business, I guess 80% was online. So it involves a lot of e-commerce, involves a lot of marketing, digital marketing, involves a lot of B2B sales and channels, all done online. I don't do the offline channel development and the distribution network development, those kind of stuff. So I guess e-commerce overall has had unprecedented growth, and especially last year, that was crazy. With the kind of stimulated COVID kind of acted as a catalyst, a very important catalyst for the growth of e-commerce. I guess we enter the market kind of. We didn't really enter the market that early, but I guess we're still pretty good. Our clients are interested in moving their offline business and our domestic business overseas and online. So they hired us and they want to work with us. We onboard a couple of clients in that kind of scenario, acting as their sole overseas or their international department. We kind of take over all their international marketing and sales and distribution and everything. And so we've done that. I think for a new company like ours, it was pretty fortunate. We got a chance to meet and work with a lot of new clients, I guess.
So if we want to know more about your activities, what is the website that we can check?
Yeah. So I have two websites, two series. First is himagik.com. The Himagik, magic with a K.com. That kind of shows who we are as a digital agency, as a growth agencies. Also, I have a dozens of websites, that belongs to individual projects. So different products and our projects, and so that would build for clients. Yeah, we have a talented team members working along the way. So I'm not alone.
Okay. Well, Mike, thank you for sharing your real experience from the ground. It's always interesting to have this direct feedback from how life is going on in China.
Yeah, my pleasure, always.